When we last left Doki Doki Literature Club, Yuri was saying that she...
But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts...
Oh, no.
I kind of forget to pay attention to other people.
Oh, that's a reasonable... Okay, I understand.
So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
That's... I really don't think you need to worry. It just means that you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all.
Ah, that's... Well, that's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
What are you saying? Hey, just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I forgot they all had coughing fits. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue.
Chapter 1.
The Book of Genesis. In the beginning...
That was Garfield.
There was Garfield, and Garfield said, "Let there be spiders."
Oh no!
I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company.
Yeah, it's really fucking embarrassing, because I actually can't read a single word on this page.
Oh, I thought literature was the one where we played instruments. Hey, it's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Well, they're the same book! Sorry! Oh, sorry, that's you.
Sorry, I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
Sorry, I do? Sorry, I don't really mean to. Sorry. Sorry, I mean... Sorry.
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
Yeah. I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy.
And her eyes. She tries to pretend that I'm not even sitting next to her.
See, she finds me really, really off-putting and has had a hard time expressing it. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost
You're just
touching.
really creepy, man. I really don't like that Jacob guy.
I'm not sure why I tried to give him this terrible book to, throw him off my trail, but he keeps... It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Yeah.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of her book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me.
I care more about this than I care. I'm not even reading the book. I'm just sliding pages.
I'm just sliding pages over and over. Yuri's fascinated by how quickly I seem to be reading.
Let's keep up this ruse.
It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
Yeah? This is where we get to some real reading. She whips up the writing crop.
It's every page.
To turn at a page, to cut at a hair. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second.
Yeah, with how pretty you look from that angle.
I glance over at Yuri's face again. Our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay.
Oh, did you smile a little bit?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're not used to reading, right?
No, not unless it's manga.
I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition.
We're like a machine. We're working clockwork.
We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri! This might be a silly thought, but the main character... Oh, God!
Kind of reminds me of...
Is there a way to go back? I want to say it reminds me of you. Is that what it was?
yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of you a little bit.
Alright.
Alright, okay.
How do I... There you go.
Okay.
How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
Yuri remains silent for a moment.
But Jacob, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that.
Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant it's kind of cute.
What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poem with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long.
Why wasn't that the first thing? Why'd we do the silent reading time first? It seems like silent reading time is best left for the last couple minutes.
Yeah.
Yuri
if you know what I'm saying.
Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought.
So, alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this.
Oh, because you were looking down.
Oh, it's not... It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag.
I stand up, and then I look to the sky. This is going to be a good day. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
Yes. Death, rain, flying.
Something with parfaits.
That was that was in there. Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really... I missed it, whatever.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait.
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook.
What?
On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook.
Classic Monica.
Well...
She's so beautiful, smart, athletic, cool, and completely out of my league.
I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit.
Right, because she's so beautiful, smart, athletic, cool, and completely out of my league.
Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who shall I show my poem to first?
Yeah, who do you want to talk to?
I want to talk to Sayori, because we walk home and I feel like I, kind of owe it to her to give something to ruminate on.
I love Sayori.
Yeah. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing with Sayori first. She's my good friend, after all.
Yeah, and I'm just using my regular voice for Sayori.
Oh, yeah, that too.
This is a good poem, Jacob.
Oh, thanks, Sayori.
Are you sure that it's your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who'd be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all.
Sayori, how dare you think that about me?
We're no longer friends, or walking home together any day.
In fact, I'm moving!
To another high school. I'm really happy that you're doing stuff. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now, and you've been a part of the club for a day, but it really reminds me.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room.
Hey, don't need to get sassy, bitch.
Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Jacob. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here.
Yeah, really just want to have sex with all 4 of these women.
I'm just trying to get us to the orgy as quickly as possible, and Sayori's stopping me at every turn.
That's how these Japanese games work, right?
I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. And I'm going to make sure that you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Wink, wink.
Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yay!
How do you pronounce this? Oh, I guess like that.
Now you'll read my poems too, right? Poem, just the first one.
Oh yeah, I forgot. This was a reciprocal thing. Alright.
Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Alright, here we go.
We'll see about that.
Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my The way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
I like how it ends, because I think I want breakfast is like a fun button. I think it's interesting. I'm not sure if I like that the second stanza decides to rhyme. Maybe I do. Like, because it kind of rhymes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But maybe that's an interesting choice and I like it.
Right, just the center of it? The
Yeah.
second stanza is the one that has the couplets? The rhyming couplets?
I'm not sure if I like it or not. Because maybe I do. Maybe I don't. I'll have to ruminate on that.
Yeah.
Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? Oh,
No.
It's about the sunshine. Sayori. Everybody puts their hands on their hips. Sayori.
She does the little cute little, Severin, put the picture up. Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
Hey, there she is! There it is!
Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean, bitch. Still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast. God, she's so cute.
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast.
Hey!
Hey! I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah. I mean...
She's so beautiful, smart, athletic, cool, and completely out of my league. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Yeah, well, I guess I look forward to it.
Who's next?
Natsuki, we're gonna wait on the line. Well, wait. Let's do Yuri, because we spent some time with her.
Okay.
That's how I'm gonna pronounce the three periods every time I see it from here on out.
Me too.
As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
What's that? That's so gross! That's so gross!
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri covers her mouth first, and ends up covering her whole face. Oh god! Yuri! What's going on with your face?
Oh, it's just a horror story I was telling you about. It's the beginning of Alien. Oh, she's thinking this. You
you really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Ah ha ha ha. So, what kind of writing experience do you have?
Text messages, tweets. Basically the things I said I read earlier.
To use your imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
I like thinking that this, like, all my random 20 words aren't even in a line. They're just around. They're just scattered. Really? That's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Writing ever. I've never written for any of my classes ever before in high school, and I assume I'm a senior, right?
I've just been drawing pictures.
Yeah.
This whole time. Yuri stares at me blankly and looks at my poem again.
Sorry. Well, I know that, I just mean,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the code words in the poem. As if breaking it down more thoroughly.
I really like raindrops. That's my favorite word. Raindrops, I think. Okay. It's just the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers.
Like, not forming complete sentences?
And having been through that myself, like, I kind of learned to pick up on them, you know. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate.
Deliberate? You're right. If there's one thing I can say about my poem, it was very deliberate.
And I picked that up from the way you wrote raindrops. The second word, raindrops here. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, like the word raindrops here, and they form-fit it with two together, with the word death, like at the beginning. Death and raindrops don't have anything to do with each other, and you wrote them together, tying in this piece, you know? And the end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened because you're not making any sense.
You're not making any fucking sense, Jacob. Hey, leave this club. My crush on you is over. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes together with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though.
Biased how?
She's a complete bitch. Well, never mind that last. I didn't mean that. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
I like this aspect of her personality, that she really opens up because this is a thing that she likes.
Yeah.
So she has all this constructive criticism because even though she normally is so shy.
Right.
Yeah, this is cool. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which is itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my long purple hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. Must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calms breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
So it's... Oh, okay, so it's about, like, the street lights and how they get replaced? Is that what I'm getting?
I don't fucking know.
Well, have you ever noticed that...
I took AP Literature and I don't give a shit about poems anymore.
Have you ever noticed, though, that there is something that I don't really like about the new streetlights? Even though they are definitely more energy efficient and 100% always behind replacing them.
Right.
But they don't have the same kind of warm glow that the tungsten ones do.
Okay, so is this talking about the replacement?
Maybe it's about like how
That's kind
things
of trippy.
aren't. I don't know.
That's kind of trippy. She's like, oh no, it was bad. I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking of that at
I
all.
was thinking you actually had kind of like decent handwriting.
Yeah.
But it took you a long time to read.
Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting's pretty.
Nice. Way to save it. So smooth.
And then I go over to Monica and I'm like, take a look at this handwriting. What the hell is she? It's scrawl. What's going on here? Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems, I swear.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something that's a little more mild.
Normally, I write very spicy poems.
Yeah. Yeah, but usually, if you put it in your mouth, it usually it's really hot. It burns.
Like literally? After I write it, I just sprinkle sriracha.
Literally. I love sriracha all over my poems.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri? And not like as a topic, I mean like as a relationship. Is that what we're going for here?
Yeah, because if I need to kill myself to be with you, I'm willing to go that step.
Oh, God. Oh, God. I would do anything for you.
Yeah, honestly, though, like, you know, look at her. She's got long purple hair. I mean, she's not beautiful, smart, athletic, cool, and practically out of my league like Monica, but she's pretty cool, you know?
Yeah. Really? I must have totally missed the
Also,
point.
her British accent's so sexy. Her botched, really just gross
yeah, it's weird.
British accent.
What area of the British Isles do you think she comes from?
I have no fucking idea.
I'm going to go ahead and assume Oregon?
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it at all, after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, which is written in that book I shared with you.
Yeah.
Because I am the girl from that book.
If you bothered to read the book, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now, Jacob.
Did you get to chapter 2?
No? Alright then.
And seem to be left with wait, no, this is the same day that we started reading.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, never mind.
It's a lot more solemn putting it that way.
Yeah, bitch.
I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so...
Nah, if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, if I had the option to actually write a full-fledged poem instead of just pick like 20 random fucking words on paper, but you know. I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Jacob.
Rock on, Yuri. Me too.
Who's that?
I don't know. Let's
Who's
find out what the other two think of this on the next episode. On the next episode.
Next episode. Next episode. Dun,
Dun,
dun, dun, ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. We try doing singing stuff occasionally on this show, and it never works out.
Sometimes it does.